I'm not a real doctor, but I am a real worm. I am an actual worm.
Oh, hi. Sorry, I didn't see you there. My name is Dr. Labcoat, and as last week we looked at how to draw straight line graphs. In today's class, we're going to be looking at a very important idea in graphs, the scale. When you're drawing a graph, you must remember that you have the power to make the information look however you want it to look. This means that you could exaggerate the effects of things, or even make things look trivial. Today we're going to be using the same graph as last class, Aboriginal population, in two very different ways of presenting the information. Let's go have a look. What we have here is two different graphs set up. One of them expresses the population in millions and has the time jumping up in lots of 25 per section. Now, as we saw last week, the population started at around 750,000 before declining to around about 90,000. A certainly large jump. Now, if we're to draw our straight line graph using these figures, a lot easier on pen and paper. The graph looks as though it is dropping down very, very small. Not a very large gap from start to finish. The second graph, however, has our population again in lots of 100,000, but has our time separated out into lots of 50s, 50 years at a time. This time, if we start at 750,000 and drop to around 90,000 and draw our line, we this time get a very steep line. Now, the correct angle to use is really up to you, the drawer of the graph. You need to express the information the way you want it to be shown. If you want to make it look like a much steeper line, that's your responsibility as the maker of the graph. If you want to make the graph look like a shallow line and under-exaggerate the effects, again, that is your responsibility. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. As a drawer of a graph and as a mathematician, you must be careful that the way that you express your information matches up to what it is you are trying to say. So, with this in mind, your mission for today is to redraw the graph from last week using whatever scale you feel appropriate. Now, when you draw this graph, you'll be handing it in to your teacher along with an explanation about the size of the numbers that you have picked. As you've seen, if we use really large numbers vertically, it makes things look shallower. If we take bigger steps horizontally, it makes it look steeper. Now, using what you feel is appropriate, go and write out a new graph and argue the reasons that you've picked the scale that you have. Good luck.